NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Carolina Panthers. A little juke, and able to get this out to the 25. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain. One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And they run the option on second down. And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
On third down, here's Taylor.
And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker, as he'll stop him well short of the yellow line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a fourth down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So on fourth down, Spencer Schrader on here for the Colts field goal.
On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0.
Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
The kickoff team on the field now, as they will send this one away.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
They run here with Rico Dowdle.
Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
50 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
I don't care what the game plan was coming in. After these runs,
you're running it, right?
you make sure you keep circling on your play sheet, running plays that are working, and keep patting those big offensive linemen on the back. They're doing a great job.
Goes without saying the defense is going to have to adjust to it.
In a big way, and they've got to figure out, do they have to sell out to stop the run, or can they just do it better than what they've done so far?
5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
That's good, hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets them down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to throw now. Young. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
A loss of 7.
Jacob Phillips coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So the sack means it's 3rd and goal now from the 10. Now Young. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Bryce Young, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead.
That's a tough one there defensively because look at the stops they got on 1st and 2nd down, and it was 1st and 2nd and goal. And then on 3rd down, they cover the receivers, but they leave an alley open for him to find, and he does. That is frustrating. You do almost everything right, and he still ends up in the end zone.
Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Now Jones. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
1st and 10, Taylor now. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard. Throwing, Jones. Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 30. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Indianapolis.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. On the option right, it's Jones. No bottle, about fumble.
It's out. It's loose. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession.
The fumble on first down now. Here's second down.
Back to throw. Jones.
Now he's going to step up and run.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on second down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on third down, Jones. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
Tershawn Wharton
in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to fourth down.
Spencer Schrader now on to try the field goal.
He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And his kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Third down, Young from the gun.
And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
It's fourth down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
On fourth down, Carolina going to send out Sam Martin to punt. The deep to return is Josh Downs.
The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
He'll start with a give to Taylor. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 6.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Here's Jones from the gun on third down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
After one, a one-point game, 7-6. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 3.
Off play action. Jones.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Facing 2nd and short, that gives you a chance to go for a bigger play through the air. But I think he said to himself, why not just handle this one? Got all the yards he needed and then some, and made that snap a huge success.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Off the play fake, Jones.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
Now an option play on 2nd down.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a first down.
So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
Taylor will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Oh, he shifts past him.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
Throwing, Young. And that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here is Young. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to make it fourth down.
But we know the guys up front have to protect when it's a pass play, but it's really out wide. Sometimes you're going to swing a tight end or maybe even an offensive tackle to get out there, but most of the time it's fellow wide receivers, and they really weren't up to the task there, were they?
Well, do you like that call on your own side of the field?
I don't mind that call at all, just about anywhere, but the key is you have to have the confidence, and then they have to execute their blocking assignments. Otherwise, you get the end result we just saw there.
Looking to put a drive together. Now Jones throwing to start the drive. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. And the Panthers coming out now. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in their own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Young. Now he'll tuck this and run. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They run here with Dowdle. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Colts getting another possession here on offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. On the option right, it's Jones. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
He'll try and do this himself. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Bottom line is that he is just something else as a runner because there are not many QBs in this league who can rip off a game that big, and he did it with the defense giving him a little extra attention after he hit him on a run earlier this series.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones. A quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. Down the field, he's got one. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 39. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow them to convert a 3rd and 18.
And now at this point in the 1st half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a 1st down.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
From the 36, Jones. And he'll go down at the 28. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Two yards still to go. 3rd down now. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
Well, he's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Operating from the gun, Jones. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now Young.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Young to throw it. Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Colts about to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going.
Jones now throwing to start the drive.
They'll drop this down to Taylor.
Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
At the 48-yard line.
Second down in the yard.
Operating from the gun, Jones.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. He's to the 15, and he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
We constantly talk about defenders having great vision and being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays. but you also have to have good feel as well because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get into the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime.
Ryan
4 seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away. Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked out officially at the 21. And the Colts about to go on offense one final time in this first half. 1 second, all that remains. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And the Panthers going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message?
I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Taken down right at
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, front 5, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit, and that's what he did on that play.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Young. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the 3rd quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. That's caught. It's Josh Downs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
But certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
A short throw. This is caught by Cox. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be second down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, He joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And not much, maybe a yard down to the 23.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Looking to throw on second down. Jones. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. All told, it's a loss of 8 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went
nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Bobby Brown. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And his kick is good. And they have regained the lead. So it's his 3rd field goal now in the ball game, and they've needed his leg. This last one gives him the lead.
It's been a back-and-forth kind of a game, hasn't it? Now you got to tell your defense, guys, need you to make this stand up because we got the momentum going in the right direction, but we need you to make sure we carry it home.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. A nice little juke. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. A running play. It's Dowdle. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw, Young. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
That's good.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 81 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And they're not going to get this one off in time. It'll be a delay. Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. They run again with Dowdle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. To throw, Young. And this is going to be incomplete.
I know that we've seen their share of struggles, and the quarterback's been hit a few times in this game, but this one can't be put on the offensive line. They gave him plenty of time to throw the football. I think ultimately he has to be a lot more decisive in his decision-making and get rid of it and find an open target.
Here's Sam Martin now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And they'll play keep away from the returner, as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it? Touchdowns. And while the guys with the ball are having a whole lot of fun keeping it on the ground, the guys on the opposite side, they are having zero fun. They've been getting pushed around the entire game and haven't found an answer yet to slow down the running game.
Second down, another run with Taylor. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And incomplete.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football to places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Derek Brown busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks. Pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. So since that last play got nothing, they'll go ahead and decline the penalty, and that forces a 4th down situation. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? and that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
Young now. Now he's going to step up and run. And Young will slide to the ground safely as he picks up the first down as well.
I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to it. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
Tackle made by Zaire Franklin.
At the 43-yard
This defense, tough to run against. And those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the second level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
On the run, it's Dowdle. 99 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On second down, here's the option.
And he will slide to a hold at the end of that one. That one will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper.
That's another Panthers first down. First and 10.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
11 yards and a Panther first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now flags, and we're going to get a delay of game.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. First and 15. Young working out of the gun. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Young.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Brings up third down.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Now here's Young. And that's going to be Incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3.
A 40-yard attempt.
And his kick is indeed good. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
So now after the field goal, Fitzgerald back out there to send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
And the Colts coming out now.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
Looking to put a drive together. Jones throwing to start the drive. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
From the gun, it's Taylor.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
Fair catch.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Here's Young from the shotgun. And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
Ahmad Gardner finishing off the corner blitz. Everybody was coming on the blitz that time, and they got home.
And you know the expression, hat on a hat, in terms of blocking, trying to keep your quarterback protected? Well, if you don't have enough hats, that's the end result. Your quarterback goes down, and sometimes he goes down hard.
Young to throw it. And this will be incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Young. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Throwing to start the drive. Jones.
Now he'll tuck this and run.
And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
Throwing again on second down. Jones.
He'll get this one to Pittman.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
And now they face a 2nd and 6 after the penalty. Now Jones.
And this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Throwing, Jones. Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown.
Tyler Warren.
A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Colts have taken a fourth quarter lead.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Jones throwing for it. On the RPO.
And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points. And that helps. That gives him a 7-point lead.
17.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
Looking to put a drive together. Young will set to throw.
Short throw hauled in by Trimble.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing, Young. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Neville Gallimore powering his way in and burying him. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
Off the option, here's Taylor.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
And this is exactly what you're looking to do offensively. If you can start stringing some runs together like this, you'll keep churning out 1st downs, and that's going to put you in a great position to carry this one home.
Back to Taylor on 1st down.
He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards, 2nd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up.
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Young now after the fumble recovery. And that is incomplete.
Trying to get a big strike right there and hopefully tie this game up in the late going. But the coverage was there, and this winds up incomplete.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw.
Open man left side. It's the tight end Trimble.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Now Young. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
This is 3rd and goal. Dowdle. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage.
Partner, you get about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Xavier Legette, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Panthers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there? From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
To throw is Jones. Now he's going to step up and run.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
46-yard line.
Two timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Here's Jones. The toss here completed to Pittman.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
A gain of 15. First down, Colts.
Here's 1st and 10. Jones.
Looking left side, he's got a man. That's Taylor. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
That's another Colts first down. A gain of 15. First down, Colts.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. He's hit 3 times already, and this for the win. And his kick is right there. It's good, and it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So they tried to ice him there, but it's fair to say it did not have the intended effect.
And I've known kickers that take it as an affront. And there he says, you think you're going to rattle me? Think again.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Carolina offense about ready to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. Till next time, we say so long from Charlotte.